Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Market Watch. You're now bi-weekly segment. We're talking about the Digimon card game market. There's going to be a pretty common theme in this Market Watch because we're seeing the falling knife of Christmas. It looks like where people are just checking out of the format. People are checking out of Digimon, and with Christmas, economics. People will be trying to spend money on other things, so they got to get money somehow. What better way than to sell your trading cards for discounted rates? That's going to be the kind of the main theme with some surprising results. My mind's blown. And we have some other news like reprints and stuff to talk about as well. So if you guys enjoy this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bell to smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with the Omnimons here, where there's actually some content to discuss here. I remember a time where Omnimon X Antibody, the regular super rare, was $1. I remember that time. It's now up to $4, which is super interesting to me. It goes to show you how valuable people are finding this card, and that's only going to continue as more X Antibody cards come out. But that aside, and the rest of the Omnimons aside, we got to talk about this bad boy here, the Omnimon of the Zwart that has been defeated by the reprint set. Yesterday, the reprint set was announced. If you look at sales data, it was yesterday night for us where it was announced. Yesterday there were some sales. The day before, there were some sales. Okay, nobody knew it was getting reprinted at historical lows, and nobody's touched the card since the reprint. Yes, Omnimon of the Zwart that has been defeated by the reprint set is part of the reprint set. We're going to talk about this with another card in just a second, but I want to reiterate, this reprint set is not for a while, okay? We still got to go through the new year. We still got to go through BT11. We still got to go through Nationals. And if we're following Japan, we got to go through BT12. So this reprint set is still a while away, but people will be responding to the reprint set already. It's a hard sell. Don't touch Unknown's Worth Defeat right now. If you don't have them, don't buy them. Just wait, because people will be tempted to get rid of them, especially the lower rarity ones. The other one, in my opinion, will still be the max rarity. This is still going to be the max rarity. We're getting the reprint in the set is just this art, this picture basically, but with the silver digital background or whatever. It's probably not going to be considered the max rarity of the card because it'll probably be easier to get, to be honest. But time will tell. I could be wrong. I still wouldn't touch any Omnimons Worth Defeat. I would not at this moment in time. If you don't have it, just leave it alone for now. Move on with life. TK is another card. The other big card, in my opinion, that got hit by the reprint hammer that we discovered the other night. And not much traction has happened with TK, as you can see here. Marketplace prices are still relatively, normal compared to the selling prices. The box topper one here is the max rarity one, but there have just been less sales of this card overall, right? So people aren't, jumping to the bit, like dropping value in cards because of the reprint set. It's not as quick of a falling knife as with Yu-Gi-Oh! As we've seen with Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards if you've been around the block. But just keep in mind that there will be less demand for these cards. And you can probably get them for some good steals in the coming time, should you want them for your decks. But wait for those steals. Don't do it now. People would love to sell their TKs now for $13-14. Don't do it now. Don't be that person. Ultimate Cups are done. They are toast. We gotta wait for more prize support to be mailed out. Not everyone has got their prize support yet. But the time is about to come where you can get these cards at more reasonable prices. I have witnessed a transaction on the market where one of these did sell for a lot less than that. I'm not going to out the person. I'm not going to out the price. But $1,200, if you look hard enough, if you really want this card, you can get it for cheaper than that. And give it time for people's copies to arrive in the mail and all that, and you'll see that for yourself. Death X, part of the falling knife syndrome, under $100. We knew this was going to happen. And the regular art Death X, also falling. I If I didn't have Death Mons, I would wait to see how far the knife falls, and then I would go ahead and grab as soon as I think the knife is done falling. I don't think it's done falling. I could be wrong, but 39 listings, that's a lot of listings, in my opinion. This one has, what, 23? A little more resistance, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see this, you know, keep going the direction it's going. I wanted to bring up Altart Hammerspark. I haven't brought it up in a while, but Hammerspark is a card that is still seeing play, even in the future Japan formats. This and the stamped version are still the max rated versions of this card. Unless they reprinted again in the future, which they may or may not, who knows. Still be moderately expensive, but I don't think it's going to blow up unless everybody's playing it. So just keep that in mind. Black War Greymon Altart is kind of falling, sort of. When I say falling, I mean a couple people listen some light play copies for 45, 46 bucks. And on Marketplace, I've seen some interactions where people are selling near mint copies for less than 45 bucks as well. So the market is responding, but this is one of those cards that you do want to make sure you grab before you can't, before BT11, before Nationals. Beelzemon here is kind of on the flat here. It seems to have met some resistance. People are listing copies for cheap. Look at the last few sold listings here. Friggin' November, and we're into December, and they're not selling. They're gonna go lower, and then people are gonna bite. Just so you know, or people might see this and they might decide, you know what, 40 for light play, it's good enough for me. I think we'll grab it now. So wait and see what happens with this. Also, this Beelzemon is almost back to the point before it was bought out. Guys, remember that spike, that Beelzemon spike? Well, it was around this price, right? Originally 37, 38 bucks. It's almost back to where it was. And if you want my opinion, I think it's still going to fall. So don't grab this card yet. It's fallen. Jesmon GX Altart is kind of dipping a little bit. Some non-TCG player sales would reveal that. Just BT13. So the announcements are coming. We already saw a little big banner thing with all the 13 Royal Knights or whatever. I don't know my Digimon lore that well, but I know that when this card says you can evolve on a Royal Knight, it's probably going to see play. So there's something that has direct synergy with Jesmon GX, a Royal Knight that has a when Digivolving effect that you can then place under this card and use it when you evolve, plus Blitz, plus freaking piercing, blocker, security. I'm telling you, this looks like a good price. And it will be a good price if that support gets announced. That breaks this card right open. Just so you know. Impmon. Yep, falling. I think this card will even go even lower. A lot of people are now under the belief that you do not need 4 copies of this card in your Beelzemon strats because it's recurable. You can get back whenever you want. You don't need 4 copies of it. That'll cause people to sell their copies if they had 4, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You know, this is going lower. Sakuyaman from the Tamer set is just dropping like a rock. Dropping. It's been dropping, as you can kind of see here from the sales history. Dropping. It's dropping some more. This card will become a valuable asset again if we approach something like BT9 ever again, which, by the way, we're kind of in, but nobody really cares anymore. I don't want to be the one that says that and takes it seriously, but, like, just ask around. Anyway, different conversation for a different day. This card's still got room to fall. Don't buy it yet. Next up, we have Event Pack 3 cards. Just wait. Just wait. Okay? Here we have Imperial Fighter Mode Secret Rare. People have been up my asshole about this card and why it was so expensive. Well, you're rewarded because it's falling. It's starting to fall. And it's going to keep going. So, just wait a little bit. You'll be able to buy this card for a reasonable price. Argomon. As you can see here, quite some listings available, 15. As you can see here, sales history is pretty stagnant. Do want to remind you that, you know, Bloomlord is okay right now. It's a good deck. But there's, like, no more events unless more are announced until Nationals, which is probably BT11. And then in BT11, you won't be talking about Bloom Lord, you'll be talking about Grandis. And then this card's getting reprinted in the freaking Billsmon starter deck, basically. So I wouldn't touch this card right now. Ancient Greymon is falling, falling, falling. Wait for it to fall, wait for it to get lower, and then buy your copies. Trust me. Guilmon had a buyout. Yeah, I feel like every market watcher talk about Guilmon in some way, shape, or form. People fucking love this card. And respect. I've never seen a Digimon, besides Agumon, get so much love. Man, those red anime Digimon, let me tell you. They just get all the love. All the love. Samadhi Santi, speaking about Bloom Lord stuff, you know, is kind of tape line. What the fuck does that mean? It's kind of tapered a little bit. Nice cheap copy here if you want it, but besides that, 14, you know, I probably wouldn't bother with it. I'd wait for it to fall a little bit more. Altart Hydrassi, it's been a while since we looked at this glorious card, and it's fallen like a rock too. People don't care about Bloom Lord right now. People are getting turned off. If you're not a Bloom Lord stan, you hate this card right now. So there you go. Event Pack Upamon here on the rise, because of hype. But there's a little bit of resistance. 5 listings, but this one's got fucking 19 listings. But it is on the up. People did snag the cheaper copies. So just be careful with that. Chimeramon keeps falling. Good. We knew this would happen. Hope you guys sold yours when they're like 16, 17, 18 bucks. Grandis Soul. I want to take a brief moment and talk about Grandis Soul here. I hated this card until about 2 weeks ago. I thought this card was complete doo-doo. And in this format, I think it's complete doo-doo. But, or as some people like to say, however, I think this card has potential in future formats. I'm gonna leave that with you. If you don't believe in this card, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't. If you do believe in this card, which market analysis tends to indicate the market believes in it, you might want to grab your copies. Maybe. A bunch of these box toppers, like Groundamon is my namesake example here, were stupid expensive for no reason, but they're tapering off now, so that's good. And Kaidas Breath, just want to cover Kaidas Breath. It's been a while. It's $8. Might be in the reprint set. Who knows at this point? Who really knows? This card is going to be falling as well for a little bit, in my opinion, but it is a card that is harder to find, so it won't be, you know, that aggressively bought. Yeah, that's it for Market Watch. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did I miss anything important? You know, let me know. I'm all here for it. Oh, I just remembered something. Some individual has been harassing me for the last 3 Market Watches to talk about Metal Seadramon. Okay, yes. The fish deck likes this card. Hype likes this card. Don't touch this card. It's not worth it. I haven't wanted to acknowledge this card's existence because this is pure hopium. Like, take some copium, stick some hopium in it, shake it up in a bottle. That's what this card is generating for you. Do not touch this card under any circumstances. Okay, now I'm done. Have a great day, everyone, and we will see you later. Goodbye.